G'day everyone, and welcome along. Welcome to Steel Horse Station. Hope everybody is having a terrific week. And we are off to the Oaks again. So just check my dials. Everything looks to be good. Let's pick the correct screen. And here we go. So over here, we're still on the same day in January that we were earlier in the week, and it's just because I realised while I was setting up that we're about to run out. In fact, we've just run out of feed here, so we've got to buy some more feed. But I thought one of the things that I would do is we've got more chooks here than we need. So we can take a few of them across to our bigger chook sheds using these crates. So if we grab those and we pick the older ones, what do we got down here? 8 months, 12 months, 5 months, 9 months, 7 months, 14s. So 14s we can definitely take. How many of those have we got? Just the 3. So move those. And we want 5 more. What do we got there? 10, 6, 9, 5, 12. Let's select those. We got any more than 3? No. 3 is it. And the last... the 9-month-olds, we'll select those and move those. So it's pretty straightforward. It's a little bit slow, but it works for our purposes of just getting a few crates of chickens across to the chicken farm, really. So let's just pop that in there. Stand in the trigger. Whoops, if we can. Where were we up to? 10 will do. Eight. And we can select those and move them across, and there we go. So that's the chickens done. So we can run those. If we turn on the steering wheel, is always a good idea. We go. Why is the back door open? That's better. And while we're out, we can go up to the store and grab some bags of barley, seeing as we're a little bit short. We should be able to send those direct, I think. Let's see. We want to go to Farm 70, Farm 67. I haven't labelled it specially, so it's the new farmer farm. It's The easiest way to do this is go to the map and find one of those chicken co-op food. If I double click it. Interesting. It's not a sell point. Chicken co-op food, that's the one I want. So you can tootle off there. We'll jump out as we drive past the yard here. You can see where our chicken farm is off in the distance there. I did tag it. So how are we going for silage? 21%. Right, so when we roll over the day, that'll finish nicely. So one of the things that I was doing, I was just experimenting with liming this field as much as anything to have a process to take on some lime contracts potentially, and this was working quite nicely. I wanted some automation. So if we go back to here, so I just set up a course in course play, and I'm working this course. The nearest waypoint is that one. And then in auto drive, I've got a waypoint in the field, and I set a little course up from the waypoint, which is over there, into the yard to fill up with fertilizer. And off you go. So just connect course play to auto drive, which is what that button does, and turn on auto drive. And so it's now going to the waypoint, which you can see is just here. G'day, welcome along. And then into the yard, and it'll quite successfully, as long as I've got nothing in the way, find its way across to the lime fill station. Creep up there. Fill up and head back and continue liming the field. So this makes it quite practical. Which is good. So all I wanted to do was get this field limed and those chooks moved, and then I think we can fast forward a month. That's the plan. So you can see he's come back to the waypoint in the field, and now he should resume in course play where he was up to. There's about 3/4 of the field to do, but getting closer and closer every time. And we can turn you off. He'll straighten up. But it makes it a lot more practical using smaller equipment, because you're not chasing it around all the time. Now we could just as easily set an auger wagon up on the side of the field for it to use to fill as well if we wanted, which we may well experiment with when we get some contracts sorted. But we'll let him go. Let's go find our chicken. He's just arriving at the chicken place. That's good timing. Oops. Why did the worker stop? He should have quite happily continued. We'll go back and check that in a minute. Now, let's see here. Let's put one crate in this one. Move them across. Pretty straightforward. I think we can put the crates over here in the corner. There we go. Do not move. Yes. Right, that's better. And move you. Come on, get out of the trailer. That's what we want. Whoops. Right, so that's the chickens relocated. So we'll send you back up to the store. Is the 5465 actually empty, or is it just telling me every time it gets empty? Maybe it's sorting itself out. And we'll send you to the dealership. Coffee is a necessary prerequisite this morning. Trying to pick the balance with daylight savings time changes both here and in Europe and North America, so I've split the difference. I hope we'll see how that goes for people. Meanwhile, let's go back and see how our liming is going. Make sure it is working the way I want. Something's dry, and there he is. So it looks like, yep, full load of lime. Excellent. So we got about half this field road. So the other thing we can do while we're just here is we don't need that fertilizer for the minute. Let's get those weights from over there. Those in the shed. It's kind of been weight store. Let's put them in the shed. Right. And which one round are you? That way. So the other thing that we'll be able to do, check our prices, is sell some straw, I guess. Let's see. It'd be nice to be able to put that trailer for the present. Let's just stay out of the way of our lineman. So if we hold up the auger, what chance have I got of being able to put that trailer in there? Probably not much. It's a good experiment. Get you on the angle I want. That's it. Gently does it. Okay, our guys at the leadership, at the dealership. Backwards and forwards, mixed up. Come on, where'd you go? You can do it. Sort of. That's it. Almost got it. Little bit of persistence. It's hard work. But we got it in there in the end. Right. So we can unplug you from there. Well, let's duck over to the dealership. Welcome along, whoever's just popped in. Great to have you along. We're just doing a couple of little jobs left over from last time. We're halfway through liming that field. And we're up here. So we can just pick up a couple of bags of barley for the chickens. What have we got for chicken feed? Sulfur fertilizer. Do I not have any chicken feed? Pig food, oats, wheat. Oh, wheat we'd have to do. What have we got in? Wheat's at 1400. What's in pallet? Poplar, mineral feed, fertilizer, silage, oats. Very expensive wheat bags. How big's that? 150. That's very expensive. Okay. Looks like wheat it is. We'll buy 2 of those. We'll drop those in the trailer. And head on back. What was in the shop? Let's just have a quick look while we're here, just in case there's anything that piques our interest. Oh, that's right. We're thinking about the baler potentially, but not with too much passion. The katana would be kind of interesting given our long range aspirations, but I don't think we're quite up for a $200,000 piece of equipment just yet, although we're coming along. So let's just get out of here. Head on back. So the other things that we can start to collect, I've put a few extra mods for trailers and animal feeding equipment, so specifically for the cows, into the save, so in the hope that potentially one or more of those things might pop up in the sale before we look for them. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Mark Haythornwaite did refer me to a feed mixer. I'll get it up in a second. We can have a quick look. Auction's still going on field 17. I don't think that's one for us. If you have a look, field 17's over here. It's not really near anything because our chickens are down here, and the cow farm we've purchased is up here. So not really a field we're interested in at this stage. Lovely crisp January day it is. By the looks. Yeah, I think I want to take this road. Do I not? Where am I? Over here. I do. Because I want to follow it all the way around. Thoughts? Still getting mildly confused with directions on the map. You'd think by now I'd have figured it out. It's a bit easier to drive down these lanes out of cab with leaves not on the trees. Visibility is improved. Now, where are we heading to here? We're sort of going straight across. That's the one. It's going to be very interesting as we move into the spring to see what sort of crops everybody puts down. That's not the way I want to go. I want to go that way. And that way. Whoop. Almost missed it. What's a couple of extra scratches on the Defender? It's looking a little bit the worse for wear. Now, canola's looking terrific. Oops. Oh, wrong place, isn't it? We want to be down the other end with the chickens. Pleasant View Farms, welcome along. How are you today, sir? It's been a little bit quiet. A little bit early for my Australian audience because it's only 7:30 in the morning here, and Europe is busy doing other things. I think we just picked up a little bit of feed for the home farm chickens. Yeah, I really like it. I really like it a lot. It's good fun to play on, and it's got a British feel without being so tight and fiddly that it's annoying. So, you know, so there's some, like if you look at our canola field here, right, field 68, 13 hectares. So what's that in acres? Well, I don't know why it doesn't tell me in acres. Am I not got the right units? So it's going to be about 30 acres, I guess, which is not to be sneezed at. Yeah, why are you not telling me in acres what the area is? Also, that question you asked PVF, oh, sorry, the question I asked you, I was able to find, thanks to Mark Haythorne Wade, one, where is it? There it is. That's the only mod I've been able to find that kind of looks like an older feed wagon. Unfortunately, it's fairly basic. It looks like a kind of simplistic convert from FS19, so it's missing some bits, but at least it sort of looks vaguely the part, so I might go with that one. Because I haven't, everything else is modded. It's really that one, or potentially grabbing the, g'day Jason, welcome along, or grabbing the 754 truck and getting the back to put on it, which is another thing I'm tempted to do, because I feel like the 754 would sort of slot in on our farm, not necessarily that color, but this one, and maybe that would replace the Fiat that we've got. Just a little more. What's that? 200 horsepower. What's the Fiat? No. The Fiat is 179. So just a little more horsepower, but a bit more versatility. Yeah, I reached out to you, PVF, because I thought if anyone would know, you would. Given your interest in things older and the fact that, you know, you raise animals for a living. Oh, there's the fuel trigger. And I thought I might be able to learn something along the way, but not so far. Oh, that's all full, so we can leave that sitting there to remind us. There's 23 animals, they're full on food. Let's take the eggs round to the front. Yeah, I'm less worried about country of origin, because I figure particularly older style stuff, it was probably copied from somewhere anyway. So they're all going to be pretty similar. You're going to be able to turn tight enough to get round before a little milk trailer. Yes, you are. That should make the chickens happy. How are you doing, Jason? I've probably surprised you in the middle of the beginnings of your day. I went for an experiment to split the difference on the time zone shift, so a 7 a.m. start to see what happened. It's been fairly quiet, but PVF and yourself have dropped in. Now we can park you somewhere out of the way-ish. Let's pull you up over here. There's the... Yeah, we're going with... our liming. He's continuing. Yeah, he's getting there. Only a couple of rows. So probably 3 width to go. So it's about, after this tank, probably 2 more. Don't get run over by the tractor. There we go. So I'm pleased with how that automation's working. Now, we need to get that trailer out of there. Oh, of course, it's Good Friday, isn't it? I mean, you can tell I'm paying lots of attention to what's happening in the world. Yeah, that makes sense. So it might just be unlucky with Australian timing. G'day, John. Ah. Now, I always thought Brahms and Liszt was rhyming slang for alcoholic beverages. But maybe I'm mistaken. Let's not park you right in the way. So you're talking real Brahms and Liszt, not rhyming slang there, John. It was just the way my father used to refer to people that had had a couple too many. What is your instrument, John? Now, we need to get a bunch out of here. Where are we? How do I recover them? First, find the trigger. It's over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. And we want around a straw bale. Let's get 25 of those out. Okay. Now, question is, I do not have auto load on here by the looks, so we'll be doing it this way. Your instrument is the spoons. Yeah. Well, that puts you one step more musically skilled than me. It was a great disappointment to my mother. The piano lessons were ineffective. Guitar, I was average. Poor. Clarinet, woeful. Flute, woeful. So, I like listening to popular music more so than orchestral. I'm a bit of a fan of jazz from time to time. Now, he's almost done, so we're waiting for him to finish. We need a... I'm gonna tip that. Where is... Trying to pick up those big bales. With this guy might be problematic. We'll see. And of course the bale forks across the back, isn't it? Let's just put you down there. I'll get you over to pick the bale fork up. Probably not. Let's put that shovel back on the bucket back on the shelf. Oop. Down, down. Back out of there. Let's try that. I remember the spoons. My grandfather used to beat up quite a tune. It's not too bad. Out of there. For whatever reason, I used to find Mary Poppins terrifying. It was a show I definitely remember from my childhood, but I also remember it as being scary. It's a bit far apart. Must say I'm quite pleased with myself getting courseplay working doing that liming. I hadn't tried that before, so it's gone rather well. And augurs well for getting all the Putney kids. Oh, culture's, whoops, back. Culture's a good thing. I introduced our friends, or I didn't introduce, my son introduced our friends from Texas to a bit of local culture last week by taking them to the football. Ah, get on there. So, with that liming almost finished, you can probably roll forward in a minute. Let's have a look here. Let's just check the price before I get too far forward loading these up. Straw prices 84 out of 89. It is not too bad, so we do want to be selling them. Where's our liming going? He looks like he's on the last one more load left, maybe. Okay, he's coming to fill up, so let's see here. Let's try him from that end. Do is go down there, not stab myself in the back of the head with the fork. And the front one. Let's try. Soloist from Norway playing the cornet. We're a very sparkly. Very good. Obviously, it makes her feel comfortable. Now, let's see. Can we pick up 2 at a time? That's the significant question. That is the method in my madness. Maybe. If we're careful. Need to be able to see which angle do I want. Down. Come on. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Tip you on there. Lovely. Let's see if we can do that again without knocking everything off. It would appear that if he has in fact finished, we'll put these on and find out. Right on the limit, I think we are. How's that actually looking for squarish on the trailer? Yeah, needs a bit of a nudge. I've probably got that row on a bit, and I need to be putting them in the gaps a bit better. Let's see here. Let's try for a gap load. See if that works. That looks a bit more successful. You're just going to be difficult. Just if I hold my tongue the right way, I stand a chance of getting him on. No! Okay. We're done over there. Yeah, that'll be right. I knew it. As soon as I picked it up, I should have put the others on first. would actually fit better that way. Maybe we'll do that. Exactly. Just about got run down by the tractor behind me. Okay. You're not going to be tall enough to pop that top row on, are you? I don't think. Really? There we go. We'll get them done. I kind of did half, but it does reinforce the need for a better yard machine than that one. Just kind of stressing the limit of that piece of equipment. But with any luck, we'll get this done there. A little bit higgledy-piggledy, but what can you do? $24. That'll do us. Okay, dokie. So, as we finished, it would appear we have. What's he doing here? Oh, he's still got the headland to do, has he? Right. 2 more loads. So we can drive over to the bale store. We might drive it ourselves because I don't trust the load to be particularly stable. And if anyone's going to crash, it might as well be me. Certainly the truck pulls it along all right. Reminds me he needs some maintenance. If we're going to have a problem, it'll be these right-hand turns. So far so good. I can live with 14 miles an hour. Down the hill, no speed wobbles. Just a couple. Luckily Farm Sim Brisco didn't put a bump at the bottom. I also noticed Farm Sim Brisco found a solution for the problem that we were having with autodrive stopping at the barriers. Apparently there's a setting in there that we can turn off, which should allow vehicles to proceed through or activate those barriers, so that'll be good. So I'll try and remember when we next get up to it, get on our side of the road. And there we go, a big load of straw. Successfully delivered. 16.3 or thereabouts. 16.4. That's nice. So you can head back to the Putney main yard. Let's go and see where we're up to here. You've just filled up again. Which waypoint are you on? It's telling us that there is 14 seconds to go. No, can't be right. Tiffany's got to go over there. Come back around the headland at the top, is he? Or is he coming up this from the bottom? He might be coming up from the bottom. Looking at the mini map, that looks like where he's up to. You kind of did that slightly the hard way, Chief. $594 of, or 600 of 690, so you can have another load. Let's turn you off and we can drive it. We know we're on the headland. We've only got to go up the side there and across, and it'll be just slightly quicker if I drive. May not be quite as accurate. I can scooch across there before the truck comes through. Yes, we want to fill with lime. Rightio. What are you up to? Just down here somewhere. If you're wondering why I decided to lime the grass field, it looked like it was making about a 12% difference in yield, or predicting about a 12% difference in yield, so I figured that was worth the application of lime. Not quite under it. Right, last one. Good. Oh. Oh, we're gonna make it. Damn it. One more. Yeah, that's probably a as good an indicator as any. John, that was certainly what alerted me to the fact that it was really low. I just did it based on the fact that, so my calculation was kind of simplistic, but we got about 400,000 litres of grass off here, so 10% extra on that. If we just did 10%, it'd be 40,000, which turned into silage is worth about 12,000 bucks, and I haven't put 12,000 dollars worth of lime on here, so for me it was pretty straightforward. Are we empty? Not quite. There's one little bit there. Don't really want partial filler of lime if I can get rid of it. I can't get rid of it. So I wasn't any more scientific than that. I was just sort of crudely doing it, saying, nah, feels like the right thing to do, and it looks like it's financially justified. So, field is done. Let's put this back in the shed. Don't need fuel for the minute. We will, whoops, not drive past the wash station. Empty the lime bag out. Wash all the lime off, because I can imagine that being terribly bad news for the equipment. Sorry if it's a bit hard to watch while I'm washing the tractor. That'll do the job. Oops. I know from experience I've got to do that. And yeah, that's what I figured. We'll put you so we remember. over near the lime station. Right. That looks like a wrap. So let's save. That's always a good thing. And go back to the house. And we can roll forward. Well, let's go for 7 o'clock and just see when it gets light. So, what do we got here? Okay, so the auction is still happening. Gosh, going up quite steadily. And we have Schnee. Let's see around here. Just quickly. A few eggs. No, health's up to 95%. That's good. They have food and water. There is a little milk, but I won't worry about that for today. Now let's have a look what's on the board. So our fields, I think, are in good shape. There are no contracts yet, so we may roll forward another day. Let's have a look at our own fields. So we could put some, it's trivial, but we could put some lime on 76, on the little meadow next to the yard. Some fertilizer. The grass fields are fertilized to the extent that they want. These fields look pretty good also. So oh goodness, that is seriously caustic, and that's the yield map, so that's all right. Yeah, I store the small amount of lime I have here for making mortar and stuff in plastic buckets for that reason. So I'm thinking I'm not wanting to get cows until we have hay for the silage. That's kind of what's holding me off. I don't want to be buying any given the amount of grass we produce. So that's what's just stopping me stocking or beginning to stock the cow farm. But with this snow falling, I'm feeling like we might give the Putney family a snow day, and because this probably isn't finished. Which truck's running? 88%, so even that's not finished. It's not you. This tractor. Yep, I'm thinking snow day. What do you reckon? Because we can't cut the grass either, that's not ready. So I think we need to roll forward. So let's go one more, visit there, into March, same deal. And now we'll go from famine to feast, I reckon. We'll have more. Oh, there's a great demand at Fisher's Bale Sale. For what? It's a very unhelpful message. Let's see. It's not obvious that it's anything we own, because the straw price is down. Nothing in. Let's have a look over here. In the correct screen. Silage. It's not a great demand for silage. Or grass, or hay, or straw. So I don't know what it's a great demand for. Interesting. Okay. And now we have a ton of contracts, all for sowing. What are they sowing? I immediately like the look of this one. Same, Jason. I've cleared it a couple of times. So on Adelshoven, I cleared it off a couple of roads that I needed to get to somewhere just because I could, and allowed me to move my produce. So field 5 with canola. It's a big field. What is our sowing capability? For we bought the big plant. Whoops. Let's try looking at the right. We've got this guy. What's he? He's 6 meter. A 6 meter seeder. That would take rather a long time. But we could just get someone chipping away at it. I'm tempted to give that a whirl. We've got the money for to be able to buy the seed. So I'm thinking that maybe we take one of those big contracts. Where is field 5? It's right there. So it's real close to us. I think that's one for us. Let's get going on that one. So field 5, we'll accept that. Now what else? Wheat, potatoes. We don't want to be doing, we don't have anything to plant potatoes. Barley. Okay, so they're all the grains that you would expect. Biggest field on the map. Well, pays pretty well. Let's where's field 4 just while we're looking at it? 1, 2, 3, 4, a bit further over, funny shape. So what we could do, I'm tempted to take the field 4 one as well because we've got our little seeder. In for a penny, in for a pound. What's available in the shop? Nope, nope. Nope. Interesting, slightly. Got a weeder. What are you? You're an interesting spreader. That would be an upgrade. I think we might grab one of those. That would definitely be an upgrade over the guy that we've got. So now we need to go to the store and buy a bucket load of seed. Yes. Yeah, that's what I figured, John. It looked like a good price. Let's get 24 bags of seed. Then we can get that delivered. Oops. This is the point where I really need to have added auto load to this truck, which I have not done, I don't think. Pretty sure there's no auto load on, no. Yes, it is. It is very small indeed. Come on, nudge across there. Let's try and do this without knocking them all off. It'll be interesting to see how this little exercise goes, whether or not I spend the next 3 months seeding that field or not. But for $100 grand payday, I reckon it's worthwhile. No, I didn't. I figured seed wouldn't go to waste. And I find whilst I have the calculator there, I find it pretty unreliable with precision farming. We'll check it in a minute, see what it predicts. And now we know 24 bags fits on the truck. Better Contracts is accurate. That will tell us cost of material, 4.5 grand. Interesting. Field 5. Feed consumption canola 10,000 litres. So it reckons 10 bags. Let's see what happens. And you need to go to Putney Yard delivery. Oops. Do that, don't do that. Take the fertilizer spreader with you, Chief. Now go to Putney Yard delivery if you can get there. Yeah, so I don't know. Do I want to fill up the spread? No, because we can get lime straight out of our or lime or fertilizer straight out of our. If I jump back to the farm, oh, goodness, come on. We bulk purchase lime and fertilizer, and it comes this way. And on the new farm, we also have a big silo that we can bulk fill. So it was just the picking up the spreader I wanted it at this stage, just purely opportunistic. So let's move this guy out of the way. No, not Scooter's. This one's Josh's. Gaming Joy. Let's pop you down there for the minute. The truck back in the shed, get it out of the way. Now, which tractor? Which tractor will we run? The Air Sim from memory needs 150 horses. Did anybody notice? The Air Sim requires 150 horses, which means we could pop you on. We could pop you on. You'd be overkill. And what about the 5465? 5465 might be perfect. Matched. So the 5465 is over here. There it is. Let's zippity do in there. Yep. You need more weight on the front there, champ. That will not do. I don't want you unfolded. So why? That's annoying. I wonder. I wonder. Where I have left the trailed lifter. I do not see it. We've got one somewhere. It's the only trouble with big operations. I can now not remember where that piece of equipment is. I'm tipping that I used it to transport something to one of those baling contracts. Let's have a look here. Everything's turned on, but it's not showing on the map. It's annoying. What's that down there? That's a cow barn. Can I highlight it? miscellaneous. Select. Ah. No. Tools are on. I don't know if it's an Oaks thing, but I find this menu really unreliable for finding stuff since the 1.9 patch. Turn off vehicles, turn off combines, turn off tip stations, loading, productions. Animals, workers, we'll leave workers on just because, and we'll leave others on. Ah, what's that? That's a weight. Didn't know I had. Oh, that's looking promising. What's that over there? No, chicken transport crate. Liquid tank. Bucket. Net wrap. What do we got here? It's not there. Where else on the map could it be? That's the sprayer. It's gone. And there is no beacon. Or at least not that's visible. Oh well. It will turn up. I still haven't fixed the auto drive course into the yard, obviously. Let's tootle around here. So let's use you. There. Let's use this. Let's go up a size and see if that helps. And we've got a proper weight fitted to the front of this too, so that'll probably make it quicker and easier. Oh, that collision wasn't obvious. I could have sworn I had space. Okay, that's a bit better. Now, will you fill off there? Yes, you will. That means we can go and get you started. That's not too bad. It takes 2,500 at a time, so we can live with that. A fender bender. Oh, it's probably more a Massey bender. Massey bends lizard. Now, 5 is straight ahead up here, is it not? No. It's one over. Which street should I have gone down? I should have turned left. And I'm thinking, just looking at it, that I probably should run through the maintenance shop first before we get going here. Just while I'm looking at the dials. Everything's still looking pretty crisp for a March morning. Yes, in 456. What's the mass you need? 1200. And $4 to repair the weight. Right, now we can head to field 5. There is a bit of frost in the fields. Our crops are looking good. So this time I'll turn at the correct road. And that big expanse of white I'm tipping is the field that we have to plant canola in one seed at a time. It reminds me of the time, one of my visits to Jaipur. Staying in a nice, one of the nicer hotels there, and sitting on the terrace having breakfast, and I looked out and here's a chap tending the lawn that sort of led away from the terrace, and he's down on his haunches cutting it with a pair of scissors, and the field would have been, you know, a quarter of the cricket pitch. It was quite clear that his job every day was to cut the lawn. Whole different universe. So let's kill that. Let's make a course. Your work width is correct. 3 headlands will be fine. You can start on the center. I don't think sharp corners are all that important. So what sort of course you give me? It's a big course. Okay. That is canola, yes. It will indeed. And we'll get that message in our simple inspector down here on the side in a minute when it gets to the start. It'll also tell me how many waypoints it's calculated. Given it's going to take 2 minutes to drive across the field, that gives us an idea. We'll wait for him to get to the other side of the field just because I'm interested in the answer to that question. In 4 streams time, we're still seeding canola. Looks like it's Penny driving today. Ah. So you've been here and done that, John. Okay, he's unfolded correctly. We have the correct seed. Maybe he's learnt something from watching Jake on YouTube. Ah, yes. 7 hours and 8 minutes it is predicting. There are only 17,000 waypoints and we've done 8 of them. Well, we might leave him to it. What did I do there? I turned on the truck when I wanted to turn off the tractor. So I know you can run the other one, but I think we want to use you. Just because you've got a little more horsepower. And you're quite maneuverable. Oh, there's seeds sitting in there. Let's grab those. No, I've grabbed the planter, not the seeder. Good job, champ. Let's try that again. Zoom in. This is exactly where that would come in. Maybe one day we might have something of that sort of, well, maybe not quite that scale on this map, but a bit more scale. Hey, if another 6 meter seeder came up in the sales, I'd be tempted to grab it. 2 6 meters a day through that field quite quickly. Now we are full. What is this contract that we're doing on field 4? It is for barley. And we have barley selected, so we could potentially definitely we could definitely buy it. I'm not feeling too constrained. It's not stopping us doing anything else that we need to at the minute. So we'll just let it run and see how it goes. The idea that I'm kind of working towards is more to get as many of the family members working as we can. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for, is labor utilization, because we pay all of the children a full wage every day. So we want to be getting them earning their keep. We'll have a look in a minute and see what other jobs. I mean, we're only early in the day, so for March, what other jobs have popped up. And we'll also check our grass, because it could be that we can make some hay, in which case we can get our start to get some cows organized as well, which is what the funds are really there for. And we do need to unload the delivery truck. He'll be getting pretty antsy, I would have thought. Now, field 4, where are you? Just driving along here blithely enjoying the countryside. Field 4 is there, and I am here, so I need to go one more block and then right. Oh, well, look. See the readout at the top. It's done a whole 1% of field 5. Yeah. Field 4 down that lane there. No, next one on the other side of field 1. There are some big fields over here. We must also check how much of the grain we put in with the chickens they've managed to munch through, just to give us an idea. I could. It's the sort of activity, because I try to get through a month a stream, give or take, just so that we keep the pace going. So it's the sort of activity I can run in the background between streams and just check on it. I'm not, I don't tend to, get that wound up about those sort of things, and I don't trust Farm Sim enough to leave it running on my PC overnight. There's too many things that could mess up. Right. Oh, so what we want to do here is kill that. Put that in there. That sort of course will do fine. What sort of funny thing do you give us? Won't let me get that where I can read it. There we go. It's over there. Longest edge. Let's try that again. Let's see if we can straighten it up a little bit. That's better. Okay. Start you. Where are you? You are starting somewhere around here, I think. Right, no, you were the other end. The kink at the other end. That's okay. Let's go to the store. Just see. We've already got one of those. They're obviously a popular thing people are getting rid of because we've already bought one of them. Where are we, planters? Exactly the same. 17 hours on ours. What's the one in the store? 24. Let's see, ours was even better. Cool. That's the sort of thing though I was hoping that would pop up if we just got a seeder rather than a planter, because the equivalent, vaguely equivalent seeder popping up at half price would be just a really good pickup for us right now. This guy is almost where he needs to be. So what we can do is have a look and just see if we've got any other sorts of contracts. Wow, out of all those contracts, the farmers have cleared the sowing ones off, so I'm glad we got those. A couple of fertilizing ones, I think we'll grab those. Because we have fertilizing capability of a couple of different types. So, let's see here. Field 22 and field 82. 82's down here. So I think we'll do 82 and 22's up there. So what I'm thinking is we bought that sprayer last time. So I'm thinking we could do 22 with the sprayer that we bought, which is actually sitting up at the cow farm, and 82 with solid fertilizer using the spreader we just bought. So, as it turns out, let's get out of there. So you should be nicely balanced and behaved on there, I would have thought. We'll use our bulk fertilizer supply. We want fert. Beautiful. $8,000. And you can go off to field 82. Find your own way there, champ. While we get something else sorted. Now we want you to go to field 82 in our list. Shut that one, open that one. There are field 82, wait, that sounds like a promising spot to aim for. Let's try driving there. Excellent. So what we're going to do with this seed, you don't have a zipper function, do you? Bit messy, but this way we can send the truck back. Oops, put them down first. I'll tidy up with the tractor after. Oops. You're going back to the truck park. So what we now... If it works, is it wrong? Well, it's not the way I like it done, but it's just... I suspect it wouldn't be riveting viewing sitting there watching me use a single hook to take off 20 odd bags of seed. Now, what do we want to do next? We do want to load a couple of bags of seed in the auger wagon, and we want to get that other contract up and running. I think we want to load the seed in the auger wagon first. Except that I forgot that you have fertilizer in you and you won't sensibly empty. Bugger. 2,500 litres. There we go. Not ideal, but it'll do the job. I'm 5 seconds ahead of you, John. Leaves the bale fork over here. But a good suggestion nonetheless. I'm actually worried that this auger wagon might not load the gill. I don't remember trying it. So consequently, I'm not going to fill it. Which way? Can you lift that? Yeah, it will. Okay, I give up. Why are you not? Funny trigger. Is it? It's just higher than I thought. So where are we up to? It's 2. So we can, whoops, let's get it all in the trailer. So 3 bags. Why are you not emptying properly? It's better. So 3 bags is enough to fill the seeder. Just work with my logic here. If we were if one of our tools was correct and we only need 5 bags of seed to do that whole field, then this should be plenty. So either way, 2,500 litres lasts a little while with the seeder, so this should be enough for 1 fill of the gill and 1 fill of the agramash. Is the plan. Grass is not looking ready to cut in there, so that's not a job that's on the list. And the only other thing we need to do is send one of the tractors up to the other place to fill up the sprayer. Feels like you might have time to work out if you need more. Yes, I think I'll have. That was kind of my thinking. It's like, well, okay, let's just head across, and that way when we run out, we'll have, it's not an instant empty. And if it doesn't work, then I can easily bring a couple of bags across. If it doesn't work, then the life of this auger wagon lifespan is somewhat short, I think. Well, the key question is, depending on the rate. So if it only uses 5,000, then I'll have 3 hours until it actually needs a refill. If it's going to use 10,000, I'll only have an hour till it needs a refill. It has done 4% of the field. In comparison, the Agra is flying through field 4. It's almost at 10%. This is where we are. I didn't see a gate. Did I drive past one? While he's there, we'll just jump in. Yeah, so he's only used 20%, so there's plenty of scope. Now, where is the gate for this field? I'm not going crazy. I didn't drive past it. Oh, yes, I did. I just was talking and not paying attention to the job at hand. So, have you got enough turning circle to do a U-turn? Oh, goodness. Yes, you have. Right. Okie dokie. Doesn't feel like 19 miles an hour. So I'm guessing the other one's going to actually need to fill well before this guy. But we'll stop you there for now. We'll go and take you off. Selling that silage is not a super priority today. But you can drive to... Is there anything else we want to take up to the other farm while we think about it? Nope, not that I can think of. Drive to. Now I did put some the cow farm now has its own section. There we go, Putney cow farm, and we can send you to equipment park 1. See how well you manage that. So I extended auto drive to hopefully fill our requirements. Now what's happening over here? Yeah, so you're coming along. What you are going to need before you need seed, by the looks of it, is fuel. Okay. Oh, you're stuck just to be difficult. Did I not see you get stuck? It's a fair chance that's going to happen again, isn't there? And you're halfway through your seed, right? So we are gonna need, oh, you've arrived. So champ, you can kill that course. One headland will be adequate. What is the spread? It is a 42 meter spread width. Start work on the center, round corners, an easy course. Don't want you. Don't want you. We don't want you. So you need to go across the field 4, don't you? Right, so barley will need lots more filling than canola. Field 4 south sounds like a good spot. You're going to get through there, you're going to get hung up on the tree. You're going to get hung up on the tree. You can do it. Keep the gauze out of your eyes. There we go. Which way does this road go? That way. You're going to get caught on that post. I should have checked which way auto drive ran before I started it, and now we're stuck. Okay, now try. You must be getting nearish to our farm. Yeah. Not too far away. That's one thing we haven't done yet today. Haven't paid our mortgage principal repayment. I'll do that when we get to the farm, because it's just up here. Ultimately, the plan is, because this farm's much better equipped for storage, as particularly we start to accumulate bigger equipment, is to store it here. So I've set that big shed that's in front of us there up with a couple of bays for long vehicle or truck parking. And I've set a couple of equipment drop points just where he's going to park in a second. As it turns out, we've also got a doormat, so when I start now, I end up starting at this house. So I'm guessing the older Putney son, John, has moved in. It's not supposed to be that hard a corner. Right, let's jump out of there. So we want to go down to 867 and a half. Right, so that did that. And if I'm not mistaken, where did I park that sprayer? Around here somewhere. There it is. Only trouble with this shed with the cones is that it puts them back. And let's see, how much liquid fertilizer? How much liquid fertilizer do we think we need? So liquid fertilizer, field 22, 11,500 litres it reckons there. And in the contract screen, it'd probably only give me a solid fertilizer figure, won't it? For field 22. $13, so quite a bit is the answer. Let's see, how do I fill this? I don't want 173,000 litres. Let's buy 10,000, yes. And another 10,000. Okay. So now we've got some fertilizer. Where's field 22 when it's at home? So we're up here. There's probably a north entrance and a south entrance to field 22 we can use. Field 22 north and south and southwest. Okay. So you head on over there. And see how you get on. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. So we've got the 5 kids working. Harold's stuck his feet up supervising. But that's going all right. We're whipping through field 82. Let's jump over there and have a look. Stuck here on this tree again. Doing wrong button. He is powering through this one. So these fertilizer contracts are very lucrative. Let's go back one. Oh, you're stuck again. You and your oak trees. Should have done an extra headland. My own fault. No. supervise you for a minute until you get finished in this fiddly corner. Yeah, I usually start seeding on the center, so that I'm not driving over the seeded portion as much, and then just run around the headlands at the end. So I know from a game mechanic standpoint it doesn't make any difference, but if I'd done 3 headlands, he would have had enough room. So one lot of fertilizing is just about done. Let's see, yeah, you're getting very clear. You just got the headland to go, and you're there ready to fill us up when we need it, and you're here. So I have not used 24-meter work width. I think we'll do 2 headlands. Generate the course. What's it look like? That actually looks pretty civilized. Oops. Let's just see how he goes setting up. I'll drive all the way down the field, but with 2 headlands, he should have, and the spread width, he should have plenty of room. Okay, you found the edge of the field. That runs on a funny angle. So you're going to zigzag your way down it. Okay, let's not watch you do that. Let's just drive down there ourselves. Unnecessary hardship. Yeah, which way do you want to go? You want to go straight ahead, if I am not mistaken. So we can open you out. First waypoint. Off you toddle. It's pretty easy. Still's telling us it's going to take almost 2 hours to do it, which is interesting. So what we will do is leave you. Our canola is going well. So I achieved the goal of getting 5 people working. That's a good thing. So now it's a matter of keeping them working and getting Harold doing something possibly in the next stream. We'll see how we go. What's the contract situation look like? So there are more fertilizing contracts. And we've got the best part of $200,000, or a little over $200,000 in contracts underway. So in pretty good shape, all things being considered. What are we up to here? 95%. So we'll get this one done, and that might be where we leave it, I think. On this Good Friday morn here in Melbourne. For those of you that observe Easter, I hope it holds what you expect. I know it's quite different in different parts of the world. So the contract is done. I don't feel the need to do another 30 points. Oh, we'll finish this bit off. Maybe we will. And it'll take us to the driveway. There we go. Feel like I've done the job. So we can complete that. Excellent. So that contract comfortably paid for the piece of equipment that was used to deliver it and the fertilizer that was consumed. No animals were harmed in the making of this episode. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a great Easter weekend, and we'll be back on normal time on Monday evening. So until then, stay safe, have fun, see ya.